Hey, hi, my name is Chris. Every day I'm doing a vlog and I'm doing one for 1,000 days. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, there's a little subscribe just popping up there. Oh yeah, there it is. There's a subscribe there. So if you could subscribe, I'd appreciate that. Every day I talk about something uniquely different. And today, the passage of time. Time moves so quickly, doesn't it? Gosh, doesn't it? And it seems to speed up the older you get. Time is way more important than money. Money is important. Time is way more important than that. If you don't believe that, well, you're not looking at the clock and you're not looking at where life and everything else is taking you. Now, I'm somewhere beautiful today. Look at this. This is a beautiful estuary. It's called the River Plym. I'm on the opposite side. When I used to live over there last year, I was filming over on that side. And it's funny, you know, I'm on the opposite side here, but the passage of time's moved on. I've moved out of there and I've moved to a great place. And I've decided that time is, well, it takes precedence over money in my life. I think when you're older, you realise that you don't have an awful lot left of it. It sounds sad to say it like that, doesn't it? But I guess what I'm saying is that I am more mindful of the time that I've got left. And time is so very important. How we spend that time, well, sometimes we just throw it away, don't we? We watch garbage TV, we stay in, we don't really engage with life. And that is us, isn't it? We're just there and we're just doing our thing, and I guess it's not wasted in a way, because we're relaxing, we're chilling, we're taking our time very, very slowly. And time, you know, I once saw a movie and it said time is the fire in which we all burn. But I don't really want to look at it that way. Whilst time is important, I don't want to feel that pressure to do something every single minute, fill every single minute for every single day. I don't feel like I want to do that. And time does go quickly when you're older. It just feels that way. It feels that somebody's sort of sped the clock up. They've moved the goalpost. They've moved it on, and it doesn't seem that long ago, really, when I was a child. It's funny, as adults, we all reflect on a time, don't we? And we all reflect on the time when we were children. I guess that's when the most influential part of our lives were formed, maybe. And maybe that's a time when we started to grow as individuals. Time is important, but I get why people would say money is probably more important, but it's really not. It's really not. Now, I had a call from my boss today and said, Chris, we've had somebody go sick. Could you cover them? But it would mean you having to work this weekend. My initial gut reaction was to say, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't. But having said that, in life, there's something called reciprocity, where you give somebody back because they've given to you, to reciprocate. So I'm mindful, a couple of weeks ago, my boss gave me some time off, and I thought, well, I'd return the favour, especially as he'd asked me for a favour. So I'll be working now for the next 10 days or whatever it is, and that's okay. And yes, it will mean more money. Yes, it will mean a little bit more money. Not much, but a little bit. And that little bit might pay for a trip to the movies, might pay for an ornament that I'm looking at that I might pop into my lounge. I'm on the move, as you know. I've spent a little bit of time at this new place, but for me, it's not somewhere that I should stop. So I'm going to flip the property. I'm going to turn it into, hopefully, into a house with a garden. And it's funny, because I put it out there into the universe, things are already looking like it could be a reality. So I put it out there, you know. I'm putting it out there to say, God, come on, this is what I'd like for me and Buzz. Have a nice 2-bedroom property, and I've got a feeling me and Buzz are gonna succeed. We're gonna get it. And of course, if I go on that journey, I'll let you know. I'll certainly tell you. It's funny. The quicker that time goes, I guess we all mark the passage of time in different ways, don't we? That's what I'm trying to say. At work, time can go slow. When you're at home, time seems to zip by and go very, very quickly. If you're on holiday, if you're on annual leave, as soon as you walk out of that door on the Friday afternoon and you think, great, I've got 2 weeks off. But in a heartbeat, you're walking back in again thinking, what in the world just happened? I really, really struggle to get my mind around the fact that that's how the majority of people are about their time and their use of time. And spending quality time with people that you love, spending time with people that you love and care about, that's vitally important. It's how we mark our experiences. If we share that experience with somebody that we love and we care about, it's a time we reflect on. And sometimes for years to come, we will always talk about it. We'll say, hey, do you remember that time when we threw ourselves in the sea and it was lovely and it was wonderful? Time. It's funny how we always reflect on our past and moments from history. And sometimes it's just like little snapshots of the time that has passed, isn't it? Little snapshots just keep popping up, keep coming back. And sometimes people say something to you and it triggers a historical point in your life. And sometimes it can be a feeling of deja vu. We've experienced something before, and yet what's happening to you is completely new. How do we mark time though? How do we tell one day that's different from the next? Well, I guess in trying to do something different, trying to create something, try to mark that time that you are spending doing something that has some kind of resonance to you, that's some kind of impact in your life. One of the things that I do is, I go on little sort of road trips. I'll go driving down into Cornwall. I'll pick up a friend, I'll bring a family member along with me, and we'll go and do that because that's marking my time, remembering it. And I do an awful lot of videography, and I record, I take photographs, and I do that because it's nice to mark the passage of the time. And if you can mark the passage of the time somehow and remember it and recall it sometime in the future, I think that's why photographs are so vitally important, especially to a lot of people. It's memories, isn't it? Memories of a time that's already passed and gone. I recently found some old photographs of family members who have passed on and obviously run their images through AI. And it was incredible to see. The technology is incredible. And some of the people were never around when video was around. So to have that, wow, that's pretty special. So this modern time now is helping me recreate a time that's well and truly past, well and truly gone. And that's why we've got to make the most of our time. That's why we've got to make the most of every single day. Now it's so difficult, especially when you have pernicious events happening to you. If you've had a falling out with somebody, you've had a difficult time, if things are just challenging at the moment, how are you going to enjoy that day? Really? You can have an awful lot of stress in your life. You can have anxiety. You can have an awful lot of things that are causing you issue. But sometimes the advice you give somebody going through that, take that yourself, and that can usually set you free from it all. I remember a time when I actually walked on this beach and I brought my old dog, sadly he's passed away, Barney, on this beach. It was a special time. He was lovely. He was a Yorkie Maltese. He was just so special. And sadly, he developed lumps on him and I had to have him put down. Now, it's the final act of love that you can do for an animal that you've given nothing but love and care for. And I'll always miss him, but I've got video, I've got photos, and I'll reflect back and look upon those in the future and with time to come. And I'm mindful that one day maybe I'll be a memory. One day everybody will have had their time, won't they? And it's just knowing that, you know, we're not here for a long time, just a short time, and we've got to make it a fun time. So if you're able to knock all those worries away, blow them away in any way you can, that's not bad. If you can do that, you're a strong person. You can get through any difficult period. This time will pass. It will. And you will be a lot happier in the future. So look, time moves on, it marches on. I used to live just over there. That was a year ago. Now I'm somewhere else. I used to have my dog Barney and walk him over that bridge just over there and walk him back onto this beach and walk back over. And that time is gone. So whilst I reminisce about it, time marches on. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by and listening to me. I really appreciate it. I'll be back again tomorrow with a different video. And if you could subscribe, there it is again, that subscribe button again. If you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate you. And all that's left to say is, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.